Hi, this is Kimmy B here with Pretzels in History. Okay, so we are down here at Cape May. This is summer of 23. We're later on going to do Lucy sometime next month or so. I'm here to talk about Cape May. So what is the fascinating with Cape May? Let's just say this is an old Victorian town, never been changed. If it has been changed, they still make the buildings. Unfortunately, they still make the new buildings, which you can tell are new, but they have to make it the Victorian style because this is when Cape May all started back in like the 1800s and 1700s or so. There's a lot of haunted houses. If you're into that ghost experience or anything, I don't know. But there's a lot of houses, and unfortunately we can't cover all the history because there's just too much history. But however, I am staying at a hotel, and at one of these big hotels, it's called the Cape May Inn, it's Ocean 7. That place is haunted, and Layton and I are gonna walk around the outside and show you guys the outside of that building, and it's really cool. I love that building. I wish we were actually staying in there because they had French, the contractor and the builder actually put French roofs on it, so I didn't know that. You know, if you remember Cinderella's castle or any castle, you know, with that little tippy top of that cone shape of a roof, that's actually a French housing style that they had back then. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna go check this out, and I'm gonna tell you about the ghost story then. Union Park Restaurant, historic. That's amazing.
Gurney Street. That is not a pleasant sounding name for a street. This here is a DJI Osmo.
It's just like a little video, obviously like a little video camera?
It's a little video camera with a gimbal, so it's really smooth. Yeah.
I love
That's what
how.
I gotta say, Gurney.
Yeah.
Unpleasant name for a street.
Is that over 100 years ago, 2 children drowned. Their spirits are still in this building, in this house, where it's now a hotel and of course a restaurant. So when the children drowned at midnight, people don't understand that at midnight there's unexplained balls bouncing, and they don't see any balls bouncing. There's no children, so it's unexplained children, playful spirits. There's even a woman that they claim that wears a blue dress that also haunts this place as well. There's also there was a photographer too that actually felt an arm reach out to him that was unexplainable, and that gave him the chills and stuff that he did kind of wanted out of the place. They say not too many guests want to stay here for long because of other spirits too. They said there's a couple of other spirits too. They said the third and fourth floor are the 2 most floors that are the haunted ones of all. And yeah, just a lot of tragic. Like I can say, probably some of the ghosts that are here was about a pandemic. So I'm guessing like yellow fevers probably spread out, and you know, other diseases that happened back like in the 1800s. So sadly, people died due to that, and their spirits are still here, and for some reason they won't cross over. Also too, that some women too were looking for their loved ones, so they could, you know, that went out to sea and they're waiting for their husbands or boyfriends or, you know, fiancés to come home, so they're still haunting that place as well. But it's one of the original buildings that are still here. It's one of the original Victorian buildings that are still here in Cape May. Ocean. Okay, so another story too that also haunts Cape May, and they say you can still see the ghost of Sawyer. So apparently there was a guy named Sawyer who basically built a town here in Cape May. He was a mayor. He was a very important person. He got captured. He was in Revolutionary War. He got captured and he was sentenced to be sentenced to death because the German soldiers, the British soldiers captured him. It turned out that they wanted General Lee's son instead of him because the town was fighting for his life and they were kind of mad at Gerald Lee. So they said, how about this? How about we save Sawyer and take General Gerald Lee's son, his life, and exchange it for Sawyer? They said, not a bad idea. So sadly, General Lee's son was executed. Sawyer, he has a sad story. He came back as a town hero. He had his own hotel. Now Sawyer's ghost still haunts, but I don't know where the hotel was. I just love these Victorian houses. That's how they look, where we can just, take photos of this. I mean, again, this is a very old town, and they try to make everything Victorian, like back in the day, how it was. So,
I think we're coming up on Jackson Boulevard, or Jackson Street. And according to one of our books, Jackson Street is the most haunted street in Cape May.
Okay, why is that?
Because it's the oldest street in the town.
Oh, wow.
It is the oldest street in the town, has the most haunted houses, and psychics believe that a very large amount of paranormal activity is tethered to this street.
That's right. I forgot that there were psychics that did believe that there was spirits all over the things.
Jackson in particular.
Yep. This place looks like too can be haunted too. This taco, whatever it's called, Cabellietto. I think I don't know. They have such weird long names, it's hard to pronounce. Taco Cabellietto Tequileria. By the way, Jimmy Buffett's just died, so he might be haunting his restaurants as of tonight or as of, I don't know, a few hours after his death. That'd be cool if anybody sees Jimmy Buffett's ghost. If anybody sees his ghost at all tonight, let us know. This is September 2nd, 2023. Saturday. Now that's where that Blue Moon Pizza is. I was wondering about that. Yeah, he is. Okay. Hey, Leighton, speaking about psychics, I got something to tell you. I was gonna go to a psychic today, get my palm reading done, but her door was locked. And I tried to call her, and here's the weirdest thing, her voicemail box isn't set up. Now, how can you run a business like that? It doesn't sound too psychic to me. Doesn't seem like she wants to do tarot reading cards or anything if, you don't hook up your voicemail box.
Well, psychics need to have a vacation.
That's true, but I like to get my hand done. I always like to get my hand done because I'll tell you, the worst reading I had was in New Jersey. The best ones are in Atlantic City for $1. This is? Oh, yeah. Oh, I bet all these houses are haunted too, right? Jackson Street, that's probably why. Especially this new golf course right behind you. Dumpty really can be scary. I thought, you know, he could be all cute and stuff, but oh my gosh, that thing freaks me out. That's just staring at it gives me nightmares. And I'm gonna see this huge egg at night when I sleep going, yeah, I'll eat you. Gonna be like, Dad! My mom be like, what? I'd be like creepy Humpty Dumpty in the golf course. No, I'm serious, that thing is possessed. I feel like that thing's possessed. That wouldn't surprise me if that egg is possessed. Elaine, you were right. I hope I do make a better tour guide than the ones down in Cape May. Maybe I might get hired down here to be a tour guide down here. That would be cool. Ooh, that's a pretty pink house. Very old, especially these houses here that are very Victorian. They date back to like the hundreds. These are still like the original buildings. These are still the original buildings right here. And you can tell that because it's all wood. What do I expect a Victorian house? Well, like for instance, the one in Cape May, the Cape May Inn, I would say that's very Victorian because, again, anything with those French roofs make it Victorian. And it's like painted always white and wood, and it just reminds me of like, you know, movies that you would see back in I don't know, Wizard of Oz times, maybe a lot earlier than that, you know, with the creepy farmhouses, you know, stuff with the black and white movies. Cinderella, I would say, and Sleeping Beauty would be one of them, yes. And, oh my gosh, and possibly Snow White. I know Beauty and the Beast came 90s, but they did a good drawing on that to make that kind of look like Victorian. Which is weird. But I can tell, like, it just looks, because you see, when I saw the newer ones, the newer Victorian houses, I wish I could show you this. I forget what street they're on. You could just tell that they were brand new. They were freshly painted, everything, you know, and they just had to give the Victorian look. This I could tell they try to make it all the original. Plus it has like that little crown tippy top of that thing up there. And yeah, those new houses don't have that. They just have just that, we'll just put a castle top on it and it's good. It doesn't have like this old painted, you know, wood coloring with the blue, the green, the red, and, you know, like this blue and gray. And like that orange and yellow.